Hello. Welcome. Let me just get the mic up to my face. Hello. We're gonna go. We're gonna be doing some game dev. Just setting up my test stream right now. Yeah, it looks like we're online. That's all I want. And I last time hyped up that we're going to be doing mob data spree, and this is going to be a big deal, and it's not going to be a big deal. Having time to think about it, this is going to be simpler than the items, because the items, we had to worry about like making bags functional, we had to make bread functional, and the empty bottle is actually surprisingly difficult. All of these are just going to be the same behavior, but different numbers. So we're just going to focus, first of all, on let's make our mob consume a item data. Not an item data, a mob data. Wow. Almost got it. Var mob data. Let's just take this entire thing and copy it. Hold on. Okay. This is not an item data. This is a mob data. But before we do that, let's actually make the mob data. I think this is going to be the last data we make of stage 1. Okay. We're probably going to want all of these. Probably. And then we go through here. We don't need that use. We don't need this use client. We don't need this use. Let's just axe that. This return sprite is going to be not that. It's going to be different, but we'll get to that. Mob. I wonder why I don't return the inventory component here. Making a mob data. Copy and paste in. The more I work on this on stream, the more stuff I create that I feel like I can just do this off stream, because it's very boring. It's just me copy and pasting logic and cleaning up words and drawing art and slapping that. There's not anything interesting going on, but at the same time, like, whatever. Being boring on stream is not a crime. And I do a lot of that anyway, so I shouldn't feel bad. Create a new folder. We're going to add the mob folder. And then we're going to create a new... We're going to first create a slime. The first enemy. We're going to create a scripts folder. We're going to create a slime script. We're going to associate it with this resource. Let me just refresh myself. What have I done here? We're going to have to change this get sprite because all of the mobs are animated. Not only are they going to be animated, they're actually going to be, my plan is that the mobs are going to have facing. So there's going to be a north facing version, a south facing version, a west facing version, and an east facing version. So we're going to be making an animated sprite 2D, 100%. and then we need to cram it with directionality. And I don't actually, there might be a way to do that in Godot that is a lot smarter than defining a bunch of animations and then just like when you go left, play the left animation, or when you go right, play the right animation. There might be a smarter way to do that, and if so, I want in. So I'm just gonna put that off as a to-do for myself. We're gonna try and make this as advanced as possible because each mob is a minimum of 13 sprites, and I think it's gonna need a lot more sprites than that because I'm gonna have an attack sprite. That's just cooler. So maybe like, I don't know, 20, 24 sprites. That's a lot of sprites. So I want to make that as easy as possible for me, if possible. Maybe this is the time where I explore, like, what if I make a 3D model and then I transform that into a 2D sprite? Let's just put that thought aside for the moment because we're just making a simple slime. Let me take this and copy it. Did I name the mob data? I did. Okay, good. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this function. This mob does not need an inventory component. Oh, I added a graphics for the chest and the ladder. There they are. Mob slime. There we go. This actually has 3 frames, but this isn't how that works. We need to, this is a sprite frames moment. How do we define this? This doesn't have a texture thing, right? But sprite frames, is there like an easy way to make a sprite frame? Like, that? Pass. What do mobs need? So all mobs, we can assume that all mobs have a think component and a move component because they're mobs, they're mobile. That's what mob means. So we don't need to define that in the mob data. And they'll have a health component too, and a combat component. All of these, all mobs have this. So we only need to define a component that is not part of this base set. We don't want this sprite 2D. I believe, yeah, we have this ready here. Oh, we're not doing this anymore. We always add the mob. Or no. Maybe that's not true. Okay, mob data. We've defined mob data, so now we can do this. Oh man, I wonder if I should have just had like a data component and then just made this part of a universal component. And then just Stop thinking and just go. Just write code. Just go. On ready. No. That's not how this works. We have an init function. Don't we? Do I not have an init function? I thought I had an init function. Spell data. Oh, there it is. Did I not do that for items? Oh, I do. It's there. Do I not do that for mobs? Oh, I do. It's right there. Okay, we already do that. We're already there. So all we need to do now is, well, obviously we need to have the init function defined, but I don't think we have much to define at the moment because we've got this get sprite and that's set up. So all we really need to do is when we're creating a mob, which is happening in main, we, instead of this, we need to pass in a little more information. Oh, we should probably just multiplayer spawner. That's fine, but it'd be nice if these were all together. Oh shoot, I see YouTube is down. YouTube is down, but Twitch is not. Weird. Gonna keep going. Spawn item data variant. But this spawn mob is not. Okay. So what I should do is I should separate this out. This is going to be a new spawner, mob spawner. Oh, multiplayer spawner. We need to attach. What is this? Spawn path is here, right? Yeah. We need to add a child node. Nope, not a child node. Add a script. We need to add a script. Attach script. Mob spawner. Sure. That goes in the network folder. And then we're just going to copy, I don't know, every other thing. Mob data param is a string? Okay. Mob data param. Okay, and then we have to define mob here, but that's easily done because we just did it. And then we have to go in here and we have to say never call this function again. And this, get that out of here. What is this? Do I need the auto spawn? I don't believe I do. Let's cut that. Oh, there we go. Everything should still function as before if I use this new spawner. And we're calling spawn, not spawn mob. We're putting this in an array because that's how this works. But otherwise, this should work as before. Well. Oh, I just need to pass in the string of the resource because we have a resource now. let's make these slimes for now. Great, that's what I wanted. How did you know, Godot? Oh my god, please let me put a string on this. All right, hold on. I see my test stream has died. Okay. Oh. Mob.mob data, you idiot. Why am I saying 3 times? Wait. I played around with the resolution, and I also increased the duration of the light spell and the torch. So there's the chest graphic. It works. Oh, okay. Don't double click on things yet. That functionality is broken. Great. Invalid assignment of property or key visible with type bool on base object type null instance. What's the null instance? Why is it erroring on... Oh, there it is. UI drag bar. No, that shouldn't be null. Don't worry about it. Now, curiously, these are still eyes, but I don't see the slimes. There should be slimes. I probably just missed a step. Easily fixed. We just go, first of all, we go to our mob and we get rid of this sprite 2D. And then what it probably is the sprite frames is just not correct. If we go over here and we look at the mob, we'll see that the sprite frame is just nothing. Yeah, we've got this, but the sprite frames is nothing. Okay, so that's just we're lazy, and I will fix that. Maybe we can define this function in the mob data function here. We can be like, give me a sprite frames, and then we pass in a texture, and then it will set up the animations. Image path. Okay, so we're going to assume that the image, okay, var atlas texture. And then I do not remember, but I've done this before. Animated sprite 2D. How do I turn this into sprite frames? So we actually want to do this. Let me just copy this code. Ah, I see. We're just going to have walk for now, but we will need to update that in the future. In the near future, in fact. This is always constant. Actually, it's not true, because I do want to have monsters that are bigger than 1 unit, but for now, image path. I wonder why I have sheet. Preload must be a constant string. Well, we can't preload that because that's not constant. What if we just load it? Atlas.atlas equals load image path. All right. Okay, so there's only 3. And then we can just comment that out, and then we're just going to add frame walk. And then we're done. Oh, we need to return it. In the interest of just getting this done, we just need to return it. Sprite frame, return frames. This will never happen. We can never call that function. Okay, back to the slime. We call this function. We are going to call get sprite frames. Pass in that string, and then that should be it. Oh, no. We need to like retsprite.play walk. Yeah. Okay. That should be it. Now we should be set. Something's not right. Oh, I know what the problem is. That sprite is not 32 by 32. That sprite is 16 by 16. Whoops. I mean, I could just do this. Why is that happening? Why is it blinking and out of existence? Are we not doing this right? It should be this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You know, I'd like to make day-night last a little longer. Instead of every 3 seconds, let's make it every 60 seconds. Okay. Now we need to, now that we've got this working, we need to get our spawner set up so that we can spawn more than just one thing. We've got the mobs here. Go ahead and remove everything else. Let's just delete all the mobs. Why can I not see them? Really? Oh. That is lame. That's okay though. We'll just do that. What? We'll just do. Hello? Oh, is this not the, did I want this? No, this should be correct. Why can I not highlight? Ah, okay, I see. I'm just doing it wrong. Delete all of these so that we can delete this. I have a better tile set. Mob tiles, yes. Well, you're almost correct. No, this should be 32 by 32. Okay, now we should be able to place let me actually draw the world. I would like to be able to place these guys. I need to set up the mob spawner helper. It's like the item spawner helper, but it's a mob spawner helper. Okay. We need the slime. Okay. Big slime, which we don't have yet. Skeleton. Oh my god. And then if we have nothing, just default to the slime. And then let's use this in our start spawning mobs, mob spawn helper. Okay, everything should still work. If I have extra time this month, I'm going to spend it entirely on just making this more engaging to watch. Sound effects, make the screen shake. I don't know. Just make this, oh, and also fix that. In fact, I think I can do something about that right now. What if we move this? Oop, that's not what I meant. What if we move this whole thing right there? There we go. Let's add a new mob. Okay, and we do not need this sprite frames function. It's just big slime. And now that we have this resource file, go to our helper. Oh my God, I keep doing it. And it's gonna delete the string. Of course it is. Okay. Let's make sure that works before we add the skeleton. No, it doesn't work. What are we passing in? Invalid assignment of property key mob data with value of type GD script on a base object of type character body 2D. What is this loading? This should just be a string, right? Oh, did I pass in the script? I passed in the wrong thing. I bet that's what it is. Yep, it is. Oof. Oh, big oof. Damn it. I know what that problem is, because I didn't fix the... Swap this. All right. I haven't actually viewed this animation. Ooh, that looks rough. That's fine. That's fine. This is stage one. Stage one. Nothing is polished. Okay. God, I really wish I could zoom. Maybe I should implement that. Scroll wheel to zoom. Plus minus to zoom. Only on this though, not to zoom the UI elements. Okay, get that out of here. I don't want the let's add the skeleton next. Okay, and then we're just gonna take the big slime, put that here, but it's actually a skeleton. Hello, good morning. Welcome, sweetheart. And then we go to our mob spawner helper and we say, yo. Here it is. And then we'll just set that aside because we're going to be doing that in just a moment, re-adding the bat. Uh, oh, I forgot to... I made this thing and then I didn't put any in the map. So there's no way for me to test that it worked. I don't like that this tile set is 16 by 16 and not 32 by 32. I don't like that. That's a little wrong. Also, I don't like that these animations are lined up. But, you know, it's fine. Why am I doing this? I've confirmed that it works. Let's get the last one in. I wrote in here gremlins, and I don't know what I meant by that. I think that was a wild card from past me to like put whatever I feel like. Well, I don't have a gremlin art, but I do have the iBat, so I'm gonna just put an iBat in and call it a day. I should update this get sprite frames function. Frame size. And then we'll just comment this out, and this is actually frame size. Yes, and then we can go to the slime. We can just get rid of this. And then instead of this, we just say 16. And we can also, with the iBat, also be 16. Where's the art for this? It's not in stage 1. It's actually here. Rogue Eye, there you are. And then we just got to put some in the world. I'll put one up here. Do you also make the art by yourself? I do, yes. Oof, okay. Why is that null? Oh, you know what? I know why that is happening, because I skipped a step, this one. I think I also forgot to assign this to the script. Yep. Oof. Why don't you use free assets? It doesn't really save me time. I mean, it's all here. It's all here and it's all working. And I got the skeleton chasing me. I mean, I have a reference. I have many references that I'm using that I downloaded. Part of the problem is that the references are not 32 by 32. So I know the stuff that I've drawn is not 32 by 32, but that's because I don't really have a good reason for using my stuff over free assets. But I have references. But it doesn't save me time. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know why I don't use free assets. Okay, so we got the art in, but that's not all I want. I do want this to have some impact on the mob's behavior. So the combat combat component we can tinker with. We can change the range and the base attack cooldown. That's it. Those are the only two variables we gave ourselves. That's lame. Oh wow, this is okay. When we attack, how much damage are we doing? Let's make okay. So it's just hard coded. Damage is 1. What if we take this variable, shove it out here? I don't need to export these. That's not valuable anymore. Now that we have a data, we have a skill component. Oh yeah, no. Yep, that is correct. Outsource the damage. Is this function? Okay, hold on. If we have a mob with an inventory component, won't this just crash? Because mobs don't have skill components. We can check for a skill component. We even have it. We should just end. Yeah. We should just do that. Okay, so we can change the damage, we can change the range of our attack, and we can change the base attack cooldown. Those are the 3 combat levers we've given ourselves. We can also, the mob can change its speed, and we wrote seconds here. Oh no, these are not. I want this, the mover, yeah. We can change the speed, and that's it, just the speed. Do you have any other social media I can follow? I do not. Oh, we can change the health. Yeah. If we change the health and then if we change the health, we gotta change the max health. That's annoying. Because we can set the max health and then set the health, but that will cause this draw text num to get called, which is whatever. Let's just do it. In the mob data, on init, we want to grab the mob's health component, set a health value. Let's see what that looks like. That's going to be a function that we call a lot. So let's define it here in mob data. Set health. Set max health. Max health param is an int. Then we should also pass in the mob. There we go. Mob.getNode object handler dot get health component mob dot max health equals max health param, and then we'll do that. And then in the mobs slime const health equals 20. And in init, we'll call super.set max health mob health. We're just going to take this logic and copy it. I don't know. Set that to really high. No. Let's leave it at 20. I'll set this really low at 10. But we'll set this really high at 50. Okay. Can't do that. We can't do that. This is a nil. Why is that nil? Hold on. The mobs don't exist yet. We should not set this until the mob is initialized. Can we avoid doing that? Can we go back here? How is the mob? We're already calling instantiate here. Huh. Maybe we don't need this function. Maybe we can just have this constant, and then we can tell the health component. Is this a mob? Does it have a mob data? Use the health value. Okay. Go to our health component. Health component. Why don't we register the health component until after? Why are we waiting? There should be no reason to wait. What if I don't wait? No, it still bugs out. All right. Oh my God. All right, I'll go in the health component. And then we will go if parent is mob, if parent.mob data.health, and parent.mob data.health. Max health equals parent.mob data.health. Oh my god, what is this? What? Health equals max health. What on earth? Okay, so you should have 10 health and you should die really fast. It looks like that is the case. Yep, you should have 20 health, so you should die a lot slower. Nope. You should have 50 health. Even slower. How much damage am I doing? $31. 34. Oh my god, why am I doing so much damage? What did I do? Oh, wait a minute. Am I modifying damage? Oh, yeah, don't do that. Base damage. Var damage equals base damage. Oof. Well, that was a mistake, but a fun one. We were OP for just a second. All right, now I have a sword. 4, yeah, 4 is correct. All right, you should have twice as many hit points. Why is this bar not updating? Ah, I know why it's not updating. Yes, yes, I know why. What if, what if we do that? And then the bar will update. I think there was a function that when we update our max health, it should update the bar. That I just need to add that. Okay. That's not right. None of this is right. Okay, undo. Sync connected bars. We just need to call that every time we change our max health. Don't export this variable. Max health equals I. Sync connected bars. And then we don't need this anymore. Yep, that's correct. There's too many dudes. That's correct. That's the correct number of hits. It's a big boy. It would be nice if they didn't run up to me. They have decent range, so they don't need to get within personal space distance. But then again, I don't know. Yeah, this is correct. Am I typing this wrong? How do I spell health? Heal, that's the one. All right. Okay. We are correctly modifying the health. Let's also correctly modify the speed. So that is a mover component thing. We have a speed variable here, but what if parent is mob, if mob dot mob data speed equals mob dot mob data parent dot mob data. Oh, I have to. Why is this in caps if it's a variable? That's just not correct. Okay. And this can be, we should verify that we have a speed. And parent.mobdata.speed. There we go. 150 is the normal. Let's make this guy slow. 50.0. And then this guy 80.0. Okay. Let's go ahead and witness different speeds. You're fast. All right. I like it. Oh, what am I doing? I've already proven. Other things that I want to change. I'm not sure at this point. Honestly, I want to implement the slimes replicate when they attack, but that doesn't need to be a stage 1 thing. I don't want to mess with the attack cooldown. I think the 2.0 is a good. I might even make that constant. Changing the range, no, I don't want to mess with that either. Oh, base damage. Yeah, let's make the big slime hit harder. If parent is mob. If parent dot mob data and parent dot mob data dot base attack equals parent dot mob data dot base attack, and then only this big slime const base attack 3. Don't I have base attack? Base damage. Oof. What do you mean invalid whatever doesn't exist? That's what this is for. Dot has. Oh my god. How do I do? Okay. Dot get. This is so dumb. All right, but that was it. That's the intended behavior that I wanted. I have to change. I have to refactor all of the existing stuff. I just need to find a big slime. It's working. Something's hitting me for a lot, and I bet it's the big slime. All right. I believe it was the combat component. This is the combat component. I believe it was the mover component and the health component. Dot get. Okay. I think I'm good there. I think actually we can say this is done. It's good enough. We could do mob drops next time. I don't know what that's gonna be. I don't really have, like, we could have skeletons drop bread. That's it. Skeletons drop bread. I can just steal the mob drops code from Martian Crawl. Yeah. I didn't just steal that. And it's fine. This should be just a case of, like, we have a spawn function in main. We just call it. We just call the spawn function in main. Item spawner. We tell it to spawn a thing at our position when we die. And we're done. So I don't expect that to take long. And this, I don't expect that to take long either. And then that, so maybe we'll just do these three next time. And then we're actually getting close to the end of stage 1. Wow. I like it. I like it. And then, I don't know. Once we get closer, I'm gonna if I feel like I have more time before the end of the month, I'm just gonna polish. Just gonna polish, because look at this. This is a pain to test. It's a pain to look at, but it's also a pain to test. Like, what is this? This thing needs like an entire week just to fix. I mean, this is useless. This is fine. This could be better. We could have some sound effects. We could have... I have animations for attacking. I just haven't implemented them yet. And then we can run through a dungeon? I don't know. I don't really have enough pieces to build a dungeon with, but I don't know. Oh, I need, you know what I need? I need a way to add items to chests. Like I have this chest, it's empty. I don't know how to put items in there. That shouldn't be hard, but it is going to be annoying. I did not think about that. How do you do that in Godot? Like, I'm at the tile map layer. I have this chest here. Where's the mechanisms? Oh, I never set this up. Ooh, I never set this up. What if I do that right now? What if I do that right now? First of all, let's delete all the chests. There's only 2 of them. Delort. I definitely have the mech tiles. Yes. Oh, wait. I can change the tile size here. Yeah. That's better. That's what I want. And then we remove the tiles here. Okay. Yep. And then we put... Let's just put a chest. Let's just put a chest right there and right there. We can put this here and here, but they won't. I haven't set that up yet. But I'm on the tile map layer. I would like to give this specific thing special data. How do I do that? That would be valuable to have. Like, can I just drag? If I could just drag items into this, A+. There's possibly a way to do that. Maybe there isn't though. I know there's this custom data layer. I'd love to be able to just shove items into this thing. I'm gonna look that up. Anyway, this is good. I'm pleased with where we're at right now. Yeah, we'll just churn through these next time. And then feeling optimistic about getting here. Feeling optimistic. We still got like 18 days in the month. That's plenty of time to get this left. Anyway, that is it. I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching. Hope your game development is going out well out there. Hope you're having lots of fun. Play lots of games, y'all. Have lots of fun. See you all next time.